Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever time zone it is, wherever you're in the world, it is your Lord and Saviour. And last night, the 26th of March 2024, in the year of our Lord Talos, at least that was the date last night, as of the recording of this, the 27th of March 2024, in the year of our Lord Talos, the fourth season of the Me, Myself and I solo actual play debuted on Me, Myself and I, the YouTube channel hosted, produced, all that shiz by Canadian voice actor Trevor Duval, who has gotten a lot of people interested in solo TTRPGing, myself included. It was actually because of that I decided I would do my own solo stuff, which I do like once in a blue moon, I guess, times and whatnot available. Playing with thyself. You know, that little pun was based on the same other pun of Trevor Duval's channel. And you know, for a good part of a year and a bit, I've really enjoyed it. I binged watched the first 3 series. There was a big ass delay for the 4th series, or season. We're going to use the American way of doing things. And you know, all in between there's been a lot of this other content which has been lots of fun, and being prepared to wait. So I was pretty surprised that when episode 1 debuted, first of all it's got a bit of an Egyptian thing going on, which will put this into context. It'll look as blurry as it is, but you may recognise that logo. Yes, that is the Children of Osiris crest from Vampire the Masquerade, which, as you'll know from my ranking of the VTM Bloodlines video, is one of my favourite bloodlines for a bunch of weird and interesting reasons, which you can go and check out on the related video. Check one of these corners. I do not know which one that card is going to pop up, but click that card and find out why. Now, that little bit of joy aside, you know, seeing VTM outside of my usual sphere of VTM consumption, usually through, well, VTM, that admittedly was the only bit of joy that I had during this episode. Because a lot of it was marred by its 3 to 5 minute introduction that used, quite frankly, god-awful AI-generated content, which I'm wording it as such rather than the more socially acceptable AI-generated art, because there's nothing artistic about it. It's not being interpreted, you know, artistically. It's a module, well, AI, artificial intelligence that's being programmed to scrape everything offline and then just amalgamate it into whatever single word prompts the user inputs, because they're not an artist. You know, this isn't like writing magnificent descriptions and calling it Shakespearean, this AI producing a masterpiece. It's not, because the hands all over the place, it all looks waxy and super hyper realistic, which gives it that sort of a plasticky look. Human details are like accented to fucking Kingdom Come, and it just looks wrong. And also there's this weird like moving mouth bit, which I ain't going to curse you with. You can go and look at that at your own leisure. Which kind of leads me on to my general thoughts about YouTubers and other similar content creators using AI in their content. In a word, it's scummy, and I don't care how small of a channel you wish to be. If you have enough money to pump out a few dollars a month to generate this sort of content, you can either learn how to draw yourself, which is obviously a very time-consuming thing, but then again, someone like Trevor Duval, who spent most of his life training to be a professional voice actor, and I can guarantee it, if people started using his voice for these AI-generated projects, he would not be singing a particularly pleasant tune about that. Or you could save up your coin and have somebody do it for you professionally. But again, not everybody has all that money. So again, you use free alternatives, like there's royalty-free artworks. Like, it's not hard. Like, it's super frustrating for me, for somebody who's been working on YouTube content and more recently written content, Vampire the Masquerade and World Dance, you can check in the description below, who doesn't take shortcuts, who doesn't copy people, and there have been some people who have accused me of that. And I've talked to said people privately, not the accusers, but the people who I'm claiming to be copying, like Matthew Dawkins, Nathan of 2D10 and 25 years of Vampire the Masquerade, and we just sit on a similar wavelength. And they both praised me for my work. And if they thought I was copying them, they would have fucking told me. You know, just... I fucking hate it. Like, in Trevor Developer, his game, which is what the Season 4 of Me, Myself and I is using, is its own original system, which is an amalgamation of a bunch of overly complicated percentile-based games from the 80s, has had original hex maps and like artwork done for it. So why he couldn't have done that, or just like commission some art, which he has also done before, as like a backdrop, and then have like a visual novel sort of thing, or do what he's done with previous series, and use like his minis and move them around, like zoom in. Sure, it's not as dramatic, but it's a lot more fucking effective than the god-awful, ugly, uncanny valley shit going on with the artwork. The opening cinematic. It's gross. And then you have people like Torellium V, who makes, well, I say he makes World of Darkness content, but it's mostly inaccurate dribble that uses artificial intelligence voices and art, and he has thousands of views and thousands of subscribers, and I'm just like, how have you achieved all of this? Your artwork is stolen, the voices are probably stolen from somebody, and I'd be really fucking surprised if you actually write the fucking shit. Do you just like put a fucking prompt into ChatGPT and go, write me an episode on, and just do that a few times until you have like a 5 to 10 minute script? I hate the cutting of corners in it. I just hate that the people who do this, they don't want to create something expressive and unique. They just want the end result to sound super professional with none of the hard labour that goes into it, because it's quick. I hate it. It's just super frustrating. I point blank refuse to believe that. Trevor Devale, I'll give a bit of leans on because of his age. He doesn't exactly engage with much of the community as far as I'm aware. But even so, I find that hard to believe. I want to believe better, but I find that very difficult to do. And there's more that I could rant about this, but the wind's picking up, and I'm probably aware this is going to sound fucking awful anyway. And people will probably complain that I'm complaining about things again, and Twitter, when they catch wind of it, will think I'm bullying people again, which I'm not. It's just whatever. Like, I'm just fucking frustrated with all of this, and something that I was really looking forward to was ruined by someone's fucking laziness. And another thing, Trevor Devale has like a YouTube membership thing and Patreon where people pay monthly for content and additional features. Is that money going towards, using Midjourney or something like that? But yeah, I don't want any conversations about the ethics of AI art, because anybody who's in favour of it, you're just going to get your comment deleted. I don't care. And if that makes me come across as entitled, no it doesn't. It's my fucking YouTube channel, do what I want. Like, I don't have to read and engage with shit I don't want to. If I don't like it, I'll delete it, or if it was anyone else, I'll block you. Like, that's not bullying, that's not me being entitled, that's just my space, my fucking rules. But on a positive note, all that edge aside, I would like to actually hear about unexpected places where you found Vampire the Masquerade, whether you're purchasing a book, or you saw something on TV or online, or even just a YouTube, like doing a review for something that you wouldn't expect them to cover. I want to hear some positivity. I don't want to hear about this AI fucking garbage. So, yeah. Tech bros with your AI art and content, fuck off, sit on a fat one and swivel. And everyone else, I'll see you next time.